We're going to be joined... Show. Presented by your good pals from Wardy's Laugh Factory. We're going to get started with our special guest whenever he comes in here in a second. He's apparently going to buy weed in Michigan today, so that's what we're waiting on. Should be here in a couple minutes. Sorry for any technical difficulties. This is episode 2. I don't expect to be perfect. You can suck my dick.
He's trying to steal my joke.
What?
My stage joke.
No. But once again, we'd like to thank Abraham Drinkin for letting us on their platform, and we hope that this relationship continues to be nice and sexual.
Sexual?
Yeah.
That's worse than citizens.
Listen, if George wants to fuck, George wants to fuck.
Well,
So,
that is true.
with that being said, though, shout out to them and their sponsor, $2 out in Willoughby. Oh, Eastlake, I'm sorry. Went there the other day for an open competition to do some stand-up. Nice place. Looked like they had some good food, but I ate before I got there, so it is what it is. And yeah, we're just kind of waiting on Ray right now. What do you want to talk about before he gets his ass in here?
You doing your fucking job?
I am doing my fucking job, thank you.
Right now you might be.
I'm doing my job every time.
Where's the music? Intro music.
Oh, listen, I'm not perfect. You know, I went and worked in technology most of my life, but I don't know it worth a shit.
We are, Wardy's Laugh Factory is going to be at the Cove Tuesday night. Here's a little flyer. I know you won't be able to see it, but we got headliner Michael Chisaka. Very funny guy, very funny guy. He's like what you would say who is he?
He's got some George Carlin vibes.
He got some
too.
George Carlin vibes. He's like very much like him if you're into George Carlin. We have our host will be Danimal back in Geneva on the Lake again.
He's the fattest crackhead I've ever seen.
Yeah. Then you got just regular people up there doing features. You have myself, very funny Jimmie Ward III.
Yeah.
Hindo will be there, and Bob Watson. Bob Watson's a fan favorite, nice guy, very funny.
You got stiffy whenever you said Bob Watson. You're like, Bob Watson.
You know, look at him, wouldn't you?
He's got a nice smile, I guess. I'd fuck him. I haven't met him yet, but I guess I'd fuck him.
Last night, when they had the midget wrestling going on, we were in Fort Clinton, Ohio, doing a comedy show with Wardy's Laugh Factory. We'd like to shout out to Tall Timbers Campgrounds for having us. There's about 125, 150 people somewhere in there.
Great turnout.
Great turnout. A lot of golf carts. A lot of nice golf carts.
Listen, I didn't know that they could soup up a golf cart like the way that they fucking did.
They were fucking moving.
They got LED lights on them bitches.
They had Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, do you want me to hook up my Bluetooth to make that louder? Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, they had all these seats set up. Like they were all just gonna come sit in the like little building that they have that we were projecting from, and instead, I'd say 3/4 of the fucking crowd was on their golf carts, but they were honking and fucking having
flashing their lights,
yeah.
And it was a good time.
Yeah, honestly, one of the best atmospheres that I've ever done stand up in for sure. I mean, the amount of times that we've just done fucking like bars and shit like that. You kind of get used to it. It kind of becomes a little dreary sometimes. You're just like, oh, fuck, I'm in this dive bar and I want to kill myself. But doing it at a campground was really cool. We had a couple like technical difficulties when it came to the sound, but like at the end of the day, it was fucking awesome, and I can't wait to do it again. So
we had Robert Coleman that last night. If anybody ever wants to watch some good stand-up, go watch Robert Coleman. Nancy Abraham. Them guys are badass.
I got the orgasm gun right here.
Yes.
So shout out to Rob Coleman.
One of his jokes has something to do with an orgasm gun, and he gets rid of these for $5. So if you're ever there, buy an orgasm gun. If you don't have no Blue Chew or no Viagra, use one of these, and you'll be going.
Yeah, you'll be fucking good tonight. But yeah, he's excellent. Probably, I mean, I would say my favorite out of the Cleveland scene right now. Probably you'd say the same as well.
He's up there. I mean, I don't like to say one's better than the other, but he that really deserves to be better than Cleveland right now.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Cleveland. I love it. I love working out there. But, this man's on the move.
He's the type of dude where I'm surprised that he doesn't have something like a Netflix special or something like that at this point. Like, I would say that for sure.
Let's hook him up with one.
Yeah, I'll get right in contact with the CEO.
After you get the music for our show.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere in there. We got a buddy also. We're just going to randomly talk about a couple comics till Ray Hyclak gets here. We got a buddy. You need to support him and buy his shit, man. He sells frisbees. He sells boomerangs because he has jokes about them. Marty Malloy. One of the funniest out there. He's a good guy. Woo! Did you get that, Katie? Good guy. Always has merch for you. All the way down to wristbands. He has different wristbands. He has shot glasses.
He's the
T-shirts.
King of the one-liner, though.
Yeah, king of the one-liner for sure. I think I'm the one that originally started saying that. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody out there. But I'm pretty sure I'm the one that started saying it to introduce him.
The cigs do look delicious right now.
The what?
The cigarettes. They look delicious, somebody said.
Oh. They are. They really are.
I mean, I'm just smoking because my vape's fucking dead, to be honest. But yeah, Marty's funny as hell. He's worked with us a bunch of, I mean, I don't know how well people can see these posters or anything like that. But Marty, he's probably going to be my stepdad one day.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that, to have a schizophrenic stepdad. Tell us some of my favorite jokes because they're just so quick and hard, and they just, the punchlines come in nice and hard. They're stiff punchlines.
You like saying that, don't
Yeah, I just wanted to bring the word stiff back into the show. I think I'm going to say that word at least once every time we have an episode. But, he said...
Any comic you want to talk about? Bring up?
No, they can all suck my ass. No.
We would bring up Ray, but we'll do that once he gets here. He said he was like 5 minutes behind. It seems like maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, we're at 6:15 right now for the time, so...
Another one of our buddies, Nancy Abraham, very funny woman. She touches along the line of good, wholesome humor, where she doesn't cross too many lines. If you're interested in a little bit cleaner comedy, don't get me wrong, she gets dirty too with us, but if the mood is set and it's right.
Well, they call her Nasty Nancy for a reason, right?
Yeah, but that's because, I don't know, we'll have to find out.
Well, all this talk about butt plugs and things like that I talked about last night sometimes don't exactly go too well at her shows because they're a little bit more upscale. That does kind of segue me into June 21st. Is it that I'm going to be at Red Creek, I believe?
June 21st.
Yeah, June 21st I will be at the Red Creek.
Painesville.
In Painesville with a Nancy Abraham produced show, so I'm really excited for that one.
Go out and get your tickets.
Also, yeah. Shout out to Joel Dalton, who said for us to keep up the good work, so appreciate him. Haven't seen him in a long time.
He is a homo.
Yeah, okay. Well, happy Pride Month, Joel. And also, Mom said she's not getting married again. So, take that as I will. I'm excited for Marty to give you the ring here in about a year. So, Red Creek should be fun though.
I've already been there twice. It's a good venue, very nice. Down in the basement, like a comedy club kind of atmosphere. Beautiful hardwood floors, nice background, really nice place to go and have a comedy show, watch comedy. Anybody around Painesville, It's right up on Route 20 in Paynesville. That should be a good show.
I'm going to let Ray in right now.
All right. We don't have a door you can knock on?
Well, he said, I don't know if I'm in the right place.
Well, I think Ray Hyclak is here. Jimmie went down to get him. Always something technical here. It would have been a lot better if Jimmie would have had his freaking music. The following week at the Cove, we're there every Tuesday night. We're going to have Robert Coleman there. And we're going to have Robert Coleman, and who did I say was going to be with him? Yeah, I don't have the list right now. But it's going to be Marty's going to be there. Marty's going to be there. Me and Jimmie will be there. It's going to be a very good show. Last night, speaking of earlier about the Abraham Drinking podcast, they had a midget wrestling that they did. They were the commentators. I listened to like 2 rounds on my way home from Port Clinton, and they were doing an awesome job. Awesome. Chris was trying to get a word in there, and they just kept cutting him off. It was great. George did an awesome job again. Whatever George picks up and goes with, man, you got to do it. He's the man. He's one of the best producers out there. I'm trying to learn from him. He's a good kid. So he's still in the search of Ray Hyclak. Don't know what's going on there. But see what else can I talk about to kill the time. June 28th, my birthday, we're going to have a show in at Andres Party Center in Ashtabula. Nice venue. Holds about 500 people. Okay, we may not have that, but that's what it holds. One day we'll have that. Right now, we got Nancy Abraham coming to that one. We got Tony Bowers headlining that one. We had Levi Davis is coming up. I love Levi. He's like one of my best comedy friends. Myself will be there. Jimmie will be there. Might have a little roast beforehand. They might roast me a little bit. Who knows what's going on. It's not all planned out yet. That's going to be $10 to get in. It's going to have a dinner of pulled pork if you're for extra money, if you'd like to have that. Going to be a good time if anybody's in Ashtabula or close enough to Ashtabula. What the hell? You can travel 50 miles and come see us. It's worth it because it's just like going to a show in Cleveland, Erie, Youngstown. We put together some pretty good shows. So I hear them talking. They must be close.
I guess so.
Somebody put the music on. Ray Hyclak is in the building.
Goddamn right.
We might go a little bit over tonight because we're going to give Ray all the time that he needs. He has a Mountain Dew going on. You don't need my whiskey there?
I got it.
Okay, we're trying to give him his mic, trying to get a little bit organized here.
Sets this side up. Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
not the...
Hi, everybody.
Ray Hyclak, fresh in from Michigan.
Oh,
I hate saying that fucking word.
you know what? They got cheaper weed prices than we do, so I'm very happy every time I go.
Was you doing a show or did you just go to get weed?
I went to go with weed.
You're fucking stupid, dude.
No, I'm telling you, man, compared to here, our prices suck ass. Like, it's not good. And we got people in this state that I want to say mean things to instead of actual
You want
money.
to bring it in a little bit, you're not quite in frame.
Oh, okay.
You want to get
I wanna
close.
get
You
closer.
want to get nice and close. And,
But yeah,
um,
I can get. Am I in frame or do you
hold
want?
on, I'm waiting on the delay.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, there's my knees. I see my knees right there. Hi, everybody. You're not seeing this yet.
There you go. Now he's moving.
Yeah,
you're in frame. You're good.
All right. Whew. But yeah, it's way fucking cheaper. Way fucking cheaper to go north of the border than anywhere else, which is kind of weird because it used to be back in the 2000s. You'd have to go south to get your drugs because that was like the pharmacies were kicking up down there. But I spent like $98 on like 15 vapes and I got a free eighth.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
My day was good. Cleveland, they don't even give you free gifts. They don't do shit here.
They're just like, oh, Michigan.
But it just became legal. Give them a break.
Get on it, man. I'm tired of it. I thought we were going to be one of the last states. Us, Texas, and Indiana were going to be like the last three to like stand firm. Even Kentucky I gave before us.
That's kind of crazy.
I know.
You don't want those hillbillies.
Could you imagine Mitch McConnell?
Oh, those are rednecks out there. That's a little different.
Might actually fucking make him a better person. You never know.
He'd be like this. He'd be like, I'm fucking fader than a horse.
You look like an AI.
Yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, I always hear that though. Michigan's the better place to go get weed. So
it's one of, I mean, yeah, you can get like these for like $10.
What the fuck?
It's 40 here.
And how long does that last you?
Depending on my anxiety level that day.
That's valid.
Did you have an anxiety level coming here tonight to be on this show?
Oh, not really, because I love both of you.
I knew that was going to be your answer. I knew that was going to be
Why
your
the
answer.
fuck would I be afraid to be here? You've heard my jokes.
Hey, I have fixed up the house for you, though.
I appreciate that. You put out the good plastic silverware here. I see. I like it.
Nothing but the best. We don't fuck around, dude.
We love the tripods on top of a fucking tote. It really makes it feel nice and official.
The gator cigarettes next to it.
Oh,
Gives it a real
yeah,
professional union quality
absolutely.
to it. It's
Yeah.
some grip is right there, you know.
He's just like, yeah, I smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. What's it to you, bitch?
I used to do that.
Hey, what do you think of my wall I did?
I like it, man.
It's not all the way done, but it's, you know.
I saw it in the. I think I watched. I watched the Brandon episode, and I saw all this in the back. I like it. I like the logo. I'm a fan of logos.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of my favorite ones I've seen of a podcast in a while, to be honest with you.
That's all George right there. That's the George. You know.
That's George. George Gresco, you deserve nothing. It's all the Jimmie Ward. That's who it is.
Yeah, he's the graphic designer.
I know. If you seen him on camera, can tear it up.
Listen, he's got people.
I'm surprised that you just didn't stay home and watch a midget wrestling like that.
I was with my girlfriend. We were
you got a
hanging
girlfriend?
out. Yeah, now I do again. Yeah, that was at her house.
Or
Different girl. Yeah, they knew a girl I dated for almost a year. It was more me. I realized I'm like I can't do that, but this girl, fantastic, and hopefully it lasts a little longer.
How long?
Man, you're picking them up real quick lately.
Dude,
You're on a roll.
It's been, to be honest with you, it's been months since I actually even got sniffed a woman. To be honest, it's dry. Like for single dudes out there right now, it's dry.
Are you doing any dating apps? Is that?
Yeah, that's mostly where I do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just saw everything in Cleveland. I went through women's profiles 3 or 4 times on the same app. Women I had seen from when I first was single.
Did you?
It's like, dude, it was a year. It's you. Understand it's you on that app.
Did you meet her from one of those dating apps then?
Facebook, actually, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Facebook seems to be the cleaner
The
one.
cleaner one? Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to more honesty in dating apps, you don't get that much.
Is that gonna have less fucking thought bots on there and shit like that?
No, you see, okay. That's where you kind of have to do some picturing.
Yeah.
Picture investigating.
Yeah.
Because Jimmie, you grew up I'm so jealous of you, man. You grew up in an era where you could go to a bar and have at least one fat girl at the end of the night to play with, you know?
Yeah, but we had 5 guys.
Yeah, exactly though. But you knew you could separate at certain
I
point.
wasn't fucking getting her.
You're an extra Beulah 7. Don't sell yourself short.
So did all 5 of you guys do the same bitch?
We're just sitting there eating french fries waiting for our fucking turn.
Yeah.
Going to the train yard, boys. I'll see you later.
I hear all about these dating apps nowadays. So like Bumble and shit like that. And I know that's where the girl gets the message first or some bullshit.
That's always been there, man. Yeah, I started the date like before, like when the infancy of dating apps. Hi, baby. How you doing?
Cisco is his name.
Hi, Cisco. You like the women with the thongs.
I used to. So back when I had a Tinder profile back in the day, it would my bio said that I had an 8-inch sense of humor, and I think that worked pretty well for me.
It's a lot of it.
You had an 8-inch sense of humor.
Yeah. Because the penis inches, not so much. The sense of humor, it was pretty good. So
BDE is BDE.
Yeah.
Dick energy.
And I don't have any
always
of that. Well, I mean, look at me. I'm sitting cross-legged right now.
I can barely do that anymore. I'm jealous of you.
That's all I do, actually.
Yeah.
That I get made fun of for it all the time. They're like, "Oh, you're sitting fucking Indian style." I'm like, "That's the only way I know how to sit, bitch." Like,
Well, they would understand a little bit better if they seen you crawl when you were a baby.
yeah, I scooted on my ass actually.
Oh, you were a scooter?
Yeah.
Never crawled one time.
That's funny. I don't remember if I crawled or whatever.
Well,
All I know is I had a mullet
wouldn't
when I
think that
came
you
out.
would remember it.
No.
Damn it, kitty.
Hi, baby.
He just wants to be a part of it. It's okay.
You
He's a
can
good
be in
boy.
the show. I like it.
So, yeah, I mean, I scooted on my ass and I had an 8-inch sense of humor. So, I mean, things should be pretty good there.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot, man. It really is with dating. 'Cause you don't know who you're gonna run into, and it's not even like picture-wise.
Yeah.
It's personality anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that frightens me with like dating apps in general going on there, because you'll have women who claim to know what they want, and guys that claim to know what they want. But yet, and I, as a man who doesn't know really what he wants in life,
That's
I'm
what I was
gonna
gonna ask.
preface this. You see them and you're like, you don't know what the fuck you want just by what they're saying.
Well,
you
I
can see it.
do count that an advantage in our time where you actually had to talk to the girl
That's
a
what
little
I'm
bit
saying,
before
dude.
you took her home.
Oh my god, a personality used to be a thing for a while. I had to grow one. Luckily with comedy that came. But like, it took me 25 years to develop a personality. It was bad, dude.
You'd be like my
How
girlfriend.
long have we known you? Since you had your personality?
You met me right as like everything was starting to like become solidified, really, yeah.
You became a real boy. at
After
that point,
after I went to the what was the island in that movie? Fucking
Epstein Island?
Well, no, Fun Island or something like that. You ever watch that clip from Pinocchio where it's like we're gonna take Fun Island, Adventure Island?
Yeah.
Where they
So
don't
Epstein Island.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Once I came back from there, which was also known as just Kyle Falls Lockup, I was fine. Yeah.
That's
After
what
the
it is.
DUI,
What did you get
that
locked
kind
up
of
for?
brought that. The DUI. I got
Oh.
arrested and charged for that.
How'd that go?
I got a year's suspension, and that was it. I had work privileges, and I just couldn't drive otherwise. I Ubered fucking everywhere.
You got a good story?
I don't. And actually, you can check on this very man's YouTube channel, the Completely Comedy, the Tricky Tortoise video. It's up there right now, by the way. Go check that out. Shout out to Abraham Drinking.
Good plug.
Them. Yeah, I wanted to shout out the boys, because I've been on their show too. So it's, it's fun. I like doing this.
But yeah, like what'd you get? You were getting a hot dog, weren't you?
I was.
You knew I was gonna
Chili
read into
sauce,
that
brother.
shit story.
Well, yeah, you gotta at least get a chili dog, right?
It was, yeah, and I was arrested by a Dave's. That's the funny part. A closed Dave's Market where you couldn't buy food. I was in the parking lot getting handcuffed, just taunted. You're just like, ah! It was a part of me that wanted to bribe those cops.
I could sell you one of my DUI jokes. And you can tell it and say, I got a good story instead of, I ain't got shit because I suck at getting arrested.
That's my life. Like, I always have those, like, I don't have cool story, but I've been in weird situations.
I can sell you a story.
Yeah, I ain't got no money. That's
how
the
you think
problem.
about it though.
Man,
He's
too
like,
much
where's the money? I
lawyer
get
fees. You do it in lawyer fees. That's how it
And he's
happens.
like, maybe something a little bit better than Sheet's chili dog, right?
There's nothing better than a sheet chili dog.
At 2 in the morning at least.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the tacos from Sheet's?
No, I don't vary off from sheets.
So the thing about Sheet's tacos, they're dog shit.
Yeah.
But there's just
Are they worse than Taco Bells?
Yeah, I would say that.
You would assume that.
Yeah, but they're kind of like so they're supposed to be on like a crunchy shell, but at the same time it's soft at the same time because it's fucking they're shit shells, and they're kind of like a worse version of the Jack in the Box tacos if you ever had them back in the day.
I did, yeah. We lived in Houston, and Jack in the Boxes were everywhere in like
There's
the mid-90s.
something about them piece of shit Jack in the Box tacos that just I fucking love them. So then I had the Sheetz one. It was almost like a fucking great value version of it.
Oh,
And
do you remember the advertising for the Jack in the Box tacos that they would do in Halloween? They would do monster tacos where they would like stick like shells that made it look like Godzilla's back, and that was like the monster taco at fucking Jack in the Box.
I went to California a couple years ago.
Okay.
And I went to San Diego. It was a pretty cool experience. But I love dog shit food. It's one of my favorite things in life to go eat some dog shit food.
Okay.
So I was just like, I'm gonna try Jack in the Box, and I got that taco as I started eating. I'm like, my life has changed. This is so terrible, but it's so fucking good at the same time. Like, there was just something about it.
That's how I feel about the burgers at the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas. If anybody ever has wants to eat bad food but watch people get spanked by nurses and like wear a hospital gown for the privilege, it's a delightful place where your naughty nurse is your waitress. They take your order like it's a prescription. They have syringes full of booze, like Jello shots and shit. But the burgers, they're not great. They're not great. But if you don't finish the burger, you get spanked by your nurse.
Oh, okay, that's kind
And
of hot.
dude, it's fun.
Well, I'm not finishing my burger.
Well,
tell you that.
You just unlock a new king.
Probably. It's called the double with cheese.
How many times have you been to Vegas? I never have been. So.
4 times.
4 times?
Next year will be 5.
Okay, I know you're a big
going in
Vegas.
September to the World Series of Comedy.
Okay, you guys are? Or you're
I'm
going?
I need
Okay,
to.
I'll give you food and show stuff. Shout out to Steve Macula, Bill TC, and everybody in Vegas that I know. Love them all. They're the
I don't
best.
know what I'm going to do there because I'm not much of a gambler.
You
I
don't
plan on
really
just
have to
hitting
be
mics
anymore.
and hitting mics and watching our friends do their stuff for
Yeah.
the World Series of Comedy.
Yeah.
Learn, maybe talk to some producers out there. You know, I'm a producer and I run shows, so I
I'm
want
the
to
hardest
learn more.
working man in Ashtabula County, let me tell you.
Thank you.
Absolute dude, you do fucking more than I've ever done in my career. I've done this shit for almost 11 years. And
You thought it was 13.
Yeah, we thought it was 13.
11.
Okay, 11.
2014 was my first time. It was a Hilario at Barrio in Lakewood, hosted by
Oh.
Bill Squire.
Okay.
That was my first. But yeah, when you go out to Vegas and stuff, there's not. Gambling's there, but there's so much fucking more to do than there was 10 years ago when I was out there for the first time. It's nuts.
Some guys are like, stuff I want to do, they're like, everybody says, you're stupid. I want to go to Pawn Stars.
Oh, well, okay.
I know they're not there anymore.
Well, yeah.
Because
Here's the thing. You go to one of my favorite restaurants in Vegas, Rick's Roll and Smoke Barbecue. It's right next door on Wednesday. Whatever Wednesday you're out there, then Rick will show up, Chumley, Corey, they'll do that stuff. You're more like Great Value Chumley.
Yeah.
You look like Chumley if he had sense.
that's why he keeps coming in third in the contest instead of winning it.
That
Wow.
my hair is not long enough. But I gotta grow the hair back out.
You're going to grow your hair out just for that.
No.
Should. Fuck it, for a Chumley competition.
Listen, I only won
That's
$75
an extra
for third place.
$150.
Yeah.
Nice. But yeah, the restaurant's great. It's right next to the pawn shop. And Rick usually, or Corey or somebody, I was there once in 2021 and Rick and Corey were there.
Okay.
Hanging out. I was doing the show on the mezzanine of the shopping plaza next door. It was great.
That's a cool experience, though. Honestly.
It's a fun one, man. And I'm going to
They
talk
got
about
open
Bill
mics
for you.
everywhere, right? all
They
over?
do. It's a. I'll send you guys.
I am.
Calendar.
I actually, because I know I'm going, so I put myself on the Las Vegas scene of comedy. In a couple spots, so I know a little bit about it. Ooh, sorry.
It's definitely the scene from when I first started going out there in like 2014 has become bigger than what it was. I mean, the Rick's Rollin' Smoke place that I did, I was on the 4th fucking show. I snuck in literally like a week before the show happened and just showed up, and people were singing Happy Birthday during my set. It's hilarious. Like, if this was the end of the bar furthest from the pawn shop, I was over here, and then where the wall is over on this side was just a group of like 6 fucking people, and they had a birthday cake, and I saw they had the birthday cake and knew something was going to happen during the show for it, and Lord knew it was them singing that while I was telling some early shit joke that I haven't done in years, something where I just sucked.
What was your, do you remember your first joke?
Fuck.
That's valid.
Probably the 40-year-old bowler was my first joke ever.
You still have it?
Yeah, because it's a good thing to use in places where people don't know you. Yeah, you can do the I love self-deprecating humor.
That's kind of what I've been doing a little bit more recently. Actually.
It gets you to write more about yourself and better jokes, I find.
Because I always wonder with me just starting like 2 years in, like 5 years from now, are any of those jokes going to even matter to me?
Well, some might, some will, or some will, and then some just absolutely won't. I mean, everybody writes material that they just throw away at some point. You get sick of it. You know, you get guilted out of it by a fucking
My
comedian.
biggest thing I've been doing lately, I keep adding to my jokes.
That's what you got to do. That's how you get more time. A lot of the jokes that I mean, my strip club joke that I've been doing for fucking years and years, that's like 9 years old. There's been multiple versions of that joke that I just keep adding on to it, or keep talking about like shit like that. And then the DUI thing, that thing's 2 years old, and I've done more on that.
Right. I know you've done more on that because I've known you for like almost 2 years.
Yeah. Because I think we met at Milton's thing.
We met at Nancy's. You did the pit stop.
Was that the pit stop?
When we gave you a ride.
Oh yeah, I thought we met before that.
Because you knew Jimmie and I didn't know you yet.
I think because we probably knew each other from Toths, I thought.
Yeah, probably Toths, yeah.
Yeah, because we did a show with Toths and Benner together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember it was like earlier.
Was I
than
drinking
that.
still?
You were,
Yeah, I think
might
so.
have been.
Then that explains why I probably don't remember that.
Trust me.
Actually, yes, you were drinking still. I know that for a fact.
I was still in the throes myself when it came to fucking drinking too.
That's probably why you found that fucking red stag in the back later.
Yeah, more than likely. Listen, the amount of times that I saw him drinking Red Stag, and I was just like, you gotta drink something better.
Yeah, I liked it. It tasted
PBR,
good.
dog. PBR.
The red stag was the fucking shot, though.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was whiskey, right? Yeah.
Jimmie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I don't know, like, whenever I was drinking, I drank Jack.
Yeah, me
Like,
too.
I can't stand like Jack and Crown and all those. Straight.
Crown's got a bit of a bite.
They gotta have a flavor to them.
I like Crown Apple.
Crown Apple is okay.
And Crown Peach is really good, too.
My first shot when I was 21 was Crown Apple.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dog. That was at the 5 o'clock lounge. And I ended up 3 years later 3 years later, 4 years later, doing stand-up at the 5 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool, that's cool.
They used to have an open mic there every Monday night at like 9 p.m. and it would go till close, and you'd see the drunkest
That's one thing
people.
I hate is a lot of Cleveland open mics are too late.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I mean, there's been mics. My favorite one used to be Jeremy Shear used to have one at the Corner Pub, which was like right on the opposite side of the 5 o'clock in Lakewood, and it was at.
There's a lot of comedy in Lakewood.
There's always been. It's kind of wild, the scene.
Is that because of Sternick and them guys, or is that just because it's always been?
It's always been that way. Literally, from the time I started, Lakewood started to become a thing couple of years before I came on, and then what happened was, one, LVT went through their complete metamorphosis of the room that they have on the... Have you guys ever been to Lakewood Village Tavern?
Mm-hmm.
There's a shout out to Amanda Elrod. She's the shit, and Lakewood Village Tavern rules. It's one of my favorite places to drink at ever. But they have a side room, and it used to be the stage was by the bathrooms.
Nice.
In the back of the room with spotlights on you, so you'd have people walking by you to go take a piss or fucking take a shit from whatever food they ordered at LVT.
Yeah.
And then one day, everything just disappeared that was in that place when I started, and this small, tiny, half triangle stage showed up, and that was the LVT open mic since then. And that was when like Josh Morrow was hosting it with Joe Whalen. Yeah, those were fun times. Like all the people you see that are promoting now, kind of we all would hang out at LVT back. Yeah.
See, I work at 5 in the morning. You know, a real job because
I do too.
Because comedy's not paying us.
Oh, I know that feeling. I definitely know that feeling.
So, like, Cleveland's an hour away from me.
Yeah.
And so that means by the time it got out of there, it'd be 11, 12 o'clock, and I got to be up at 3:30.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I hate about it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's rough. I mean, I got into stand-up when I started doing pest control. Around the same time, like within a 3-month period, I was at Hilario Barrio doing my first set, and I used to stay out until like 2 in the morning, wake up at 5, and go work, kill bugs, fucking during the day. Still do.
See, I go a lot of times, like a lot on Wednesday nights. I've been going to Niles to the
Funny Farm. Yeah.
Shout out to the Funny Farm. Very, very nice club. Good people up in there. Dave
I gotta start.
does a very good job. And, you know, you stay a little bit later because there's like 21, 22 comics, you know, because it's a comedy club. Everybody wants to perform in a comedy club, which I understand. Now that I've done a couple comedy clubs, you know.
Yeah. And honestly, the vibes there are really cool.
They're there to hear comedy.
Yeah, plus you guys.
That's the biggest difference. A lot of times when you're set up in a bar, people are talking. They don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
That's where I developed the like style that I have on stage. Was in bars where nobody gave a fuck. It was like me being a kid, like trying to like give my parents attention. Yeah. That's how I looked at it. I have to be loud, obnoxious, and really say dumb shit for these people to turn around to the bar. And I tried to succeed every time, and I'm not saying I did, but there was times where you're like, yeah, bitch, I got you. You turned around with a smile on your face, and I love those. Those build character, that builds the ability to bomb. I've been known for my ability to bomb well for
it's been a minute
7 years.
It's been a minute since
You're not supposed to tell people you bomb.
I don't give a fuck. I do.
Yeah, I'm awesome every time, dude.
Oh, bullshit.
Bullshit. The day that happens, pigs fly, and I finally get a Hep C-free Pamela Anderson. Right?
I'm so awesome I can finish like 7th in a contest out of 8.
I like that. Hey, at least you know yourself, and I like that about you.
But yeah, you were a little shaky the other day in that contest. You were.
I had to poop, man.
You had to poop. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if you were gonna shit on the stage, it is what it is. It was called.
You know, I'm doing a joke where you have no control over that.
Where you're shitting?
Yeah. Where you have 2 brains.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You are working on that.
That's awesome. I like it.
But, I mean, we talked...
Yeah, I mean, everybody has failed. I was just busting your balls. I mean...
I have eaten dick multiple times. Like,
You probably did in Michigan.
I've never actually performed in Michigan yet. That's the thing, and nobody on Grindr will ever hit me up. That's another thing. So how's the dick gonna come to me if that is responding?
Here's what I'm trying to get. Here's what
you got all the things.
I do my joke where I do the states in alphabetical order.
I love that joke.
Anyhow, it was brought to me that I stop at Massachusetts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the next state after Massachusetts is Michigan.
Ah.
So
Makes sense now.
So I added to it after I get my handcuff thing, and I walk back, and I'm like, does anybody know what the state is after Massachusetts? And generally, nobody knows.
I heard a lot of people saying Maine yesterday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Somebody did the other night when we were at that.
And we were at $2. Yeah.
When we were at $2.
Did know it was
Somebody did know, which surprised me. But anyhow, it's Michigan. So when I get to Michigan now, well, I don't get to it. I stop at Massachusetts, but I turn around after I come back from the cuffs. I do all that, and then I'm like, Michigan can suck my dick.
Attaboy.
He got some rousing applause for that.
Oh, I bet. It's kind of funny.
I got in an argument with a Michigan guy. He said 13-10 last year's score.
Yeah.
I said national championship.
Yeah, but they're still
He said something else, and I said, oh wait.
Yeah.
And then we heard a loud ass IO after that.
Mm-hmm.
So the crowd really popped on that one. So I think you're pretty proud of that joke, aren't you?
One of my favorite moments with an OHIO and a comedian was Kevin Downey Jr. Shout out to my boy. I love Kev. He did this at the Funny Stop where he was like, because he's actually from Detroit, so he's a big Red Wings fan, Tigers fan, all that.
Yeah.
But he's like, watch what happens, because he actually talks like that. One of my favorite jokes of his ever is, my neighbor woke up to, or I woke up to the sound of my neighbor mowing his lawn. And then I thought, it's too early, he'll have to mow around. It's too early to get up, he'll have to mow around. Yeah, that's Kevin, man. But he did a thing where he got a bunch of people chanting OHIO, and he's just like, his girlfriend never experienced it, who was the feature that night. And it was, he goes, Jessica, watch this, OHIO, it's like they're trained dogs, look at him. And he's on stage doing it. I'm like,
That's pretty funny though. That's funny.
Yeah, he just completely turned it around on everybody. It was beautiful, dude.
That is a good one.
Yeah, dude, Kevin rules. He has a dry bar special. Go check it out. Kevin Downey Jr., no relation to Robert whatsoever. Trust me, that one still drinks.
But last night the campground show was a lot of fun.
Where'd you guys do a campfire show?
At Port Clinton, Ohio. We were at Tall Timbers.
Okay, I just passed Port Clinton today. So when I was out in Michigan getting weeds. Yeah, passed it twice.
It was a lot of fun though. Anywhere between like 120 to 150 campers.
Okay.
And all those assholes showed up on their golf carts and
nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
There was golf carts all around the whole thing. They had like garage doors on the pavilion we were in. They raised all those garage doors and those go-karts. The
Six shit, right?
carts just came right up there. It was freaking awesome.
Who books that? I want to try that.
Sorry.
Oh, you do? Well, I want to do it.
That was a work in progress with that book because it was like he booked it in January and then we finally just did it yesterday.
Plenty of time to plan it out at least.
Well, we didn't plan good enough because I didn't know the doors opened. And I brought my regular speaker.
Yeah.
And it's perfect for inside.
Yeah, but when you're projecting out.
It was not the best.
Yeah, you need like a big sound.
Yeah, I got that set in there. I mean, with the.
I like it.
It was a bit of a learning experience with that, but like it was a killer show.
I did.
But they're like, well, we got Bluetooth on our cart. All you got to do is, I'll hook right up into it, and you could have the sound out here from the speaker.
If I could be projected out of so many golf carts, that would be the most white trash thing I've ever done in my life.
That might give you like a
We're going to promote that for the next show.
What's that?
Turn your speaker.
Did they Bluetooth it and connect?
It'd be like a fucking radio show almost.
It's like those shows that they did for the pandemic kind of. It was with the Bert Kreischer shows. They would hook the Bluetooth and project all that shit out. I love that, man. That's a great.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, it would. It absolutely would be. But I mean, we're looking to do more campground shows after that for sure.
Yeah, when she got done, she said, "We will definitely book you guys next summer." And then by the time we got done talking to her, she goes, I might have space in
Let's go, baby.
September or
Let's go.
August. I'm
That's
like,
fine.
hit me up, and we will be here.
Yeah.
Because we had a good time and we enjoyed it.
He puts
You know
on fucking
me.
great shows, man. For real.
You know me, I'll take a different set of comics with me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I don't know though, because now it seems like Brandon and Nancy's part of our campground tour we're doing, where we're doing the campgrounds. Well, we'll have to see how that goes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Availability, you know.
Absolutely.
But definitely a different headliner every time, and maybe somebody else as a.
Well, I'm not a headliner, so I admit that fully.
I thought you headlined a couple times.
I have, but that's also with a lot of alcohol and marijuana going through my system. 20 minutes is the most I can do, and that's even shaky.
Speaking of marijuana,
Yes, sir.
when was the first time that you smoked weed, you think?
First time I ever smoked weed was in Fairport Harbor
In Fairport Harbor, okay.
during Mardi Gras. For those of you that
Okay,
don't
yeah.
know what Fairport Harbor Mardi Gras is it's a festival that happens in Fairport, Ohio, and like down on the beach and everything like that. And I was trying to fuck this chick.
Love that.
And I was really trying. Like it was getting to the point where I'm even like, this isn't even fucking worth it, you know? And we go to this lady's house who apparently was a witch. A ginger witch.
And you weren't even drunk or high yet?
A dude's completely sober. It was the first time I'd ever smoked weed. I didn't even drink at the time that much because I think I was like 18.
Okay.
I think first time I was like 18 years old. And I thought people playing in Lake Erie were mermaids. I shit you not.
So that's kind of what I was thinking about too, because the first time I ever smoked weed, I was 14.
Yeah.
I went down to the Burger King down there, and I bought a pre-rolled blunt for $10 from somebody that I went to school with. and me and my buddy bought it. We smoked it together, and I got really fucking high, and I thought that my friend.
You got high the first time?
Dude, I was fucking blitzed, and
I guess I did.
I thought that my friend's Chihuahua was a fucking lion. So, that's how fucked up I was. And I was like, the fuck, where'd this lion come from?
Oh my god.
That same night,
you smoked another one to make sure?
No.
It was a lion?
that same night though, my buddy calls me, he's at fucking Boy Scout camp. Yeah, we had a family day earlier in the day.
Okay.
And so it was like a fucking potluck and all that shit. And somebody brought brownies to it. And there was this one fucking kid that I hated that was in his Boy Scout troop. And so I balled up a bunch of brownies, made it look like there were shits inside of his fucking bag, and threw it in there. And I'm high out of my fucking mind, and he's like, dude, somebody's shitting fucking Kyle's fucking bag, dude.
That's
and that was... There's just something about those memories from the first time I got high that I was just like, wow, that was pretty cool. And now it just gives me fucking anxiety, so I don't really smoke weed.
First time I got high was 1983.
Okay. That's when you guys had like sticks. You didn't have the shit we do now, man. Like it used to, like Thai stick used to be the best you could possibly find back in like those.
Everybody just rolled it, put it in and rolled it, and licked it.
Yeah, you were smoking fucking papers probably like a fucking joint, right?
Yeah. And anyhow, I smoked it and I was like, just got fucking paranoid.
Yeah. That's how I did first time.
That's how I am.
That's why I don't do it, because all 5-6 times I've ever done it, I just like, man, this is no fucking fun for me. Give me a beer.
You know what I like more than weed though? Speaking of drugs, I started microdosing shrooms.
I'm afraid to.
I'm
afraid to.
So,
that's scary. I have enough anxiety. This is good enough to kind of quell the beast and put him to sleep for a while.
If I take like a half a gram of shrooms, I'm just laughing my ass off and coming up with like ideas and shit like that. I'm never gonna do enough to the point where like I'm fucking seeing lions that are fucking actually chihuahuas or anything like that. But like the microdose of it, pretty fucking chill. I do it like once a month.
There was a comedian I knew years ago before the pandemic hit. He doesn't do it anymore. He was microdosing. He was in the military. Really helped with like he came back out of it after like a couple weeks of it, totally changed. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I get that, but like, I would definitely be like a Dewey Cox situation.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, the bad fit, the bad thoughts. Like, it'd be one of those moments, you know? I'd have to be like, just naked down the road, fucking to make sure to run from the demons, I guess. That would be my thing, man.
It's so crazy how drugs just affect people differently, though, because you're just like, weed would do that to me, but then you're like, oh, well, fuck shrooms, man.
Yeah, dude, because like the hardest drug I ever did was, I've never done coke. People think I have. Like, I guarantee
you seem like the type of motherfucker that do coke.
Yeah, and then like I've never done ecstasy. I've never done acid.
I did acid once.
I did DMT once,
okay.
dimethyltryptamine.
Yeah,
which
that's the Joe Rogan classic.
Yeah, that's like the one Rogan. I heard about it through Rogan. Sorry, I had to look at the camera for that one. Fuck you, people who don't like Rogan. Kiss my ass. Anyway, yeah, I did it through a guy I was living with in Colorado. He got it for me, and I've had people who've done acid look at me like I'm crazy for not doing acid before DMT.
Yeah,
it's that high level, and the way you do it, for anybody that wants to know, it's like any other psychedelic. You can't let it be. You have to let it be in control and show you what everything is, rather than you being like, here's my problem. Like, nobody wants, no alien from another dimension wants to hear your problems. They'll fix it for you. They'll tell you what your problem is.
I did cocaine twice.
Okay.
The first time I was drunk. Actually, I was crossing.
Okay.
So it was. I think it was my birthday. Actually, yeah. So
that's the most Ashtabula shit I've ever heard in my life.
So I was drunk as hell and smoked a couple blunts and shit like that, and I threw up on my friend's daughter's toy 4-wheeler.
Oh. Okay.
So my buddy comes up to me and he says, it was like he was a fucking shaman or something. And he's just like, I can fix this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so he takes me up to my room, kind of fucking weird, right? And he pulls out the coke and he's like, just do this. You're going to feel instantly sober as soon as you do it.
Sweet baby Jesus.
So I do it. I do a little line, and he's right. I instantly feel fucking like I don't feel drunk anymore. I don't feel like high off the weed anymore. And then, have you ever seen the show Metalocalypse before?
I was actually going to ask you, please tell me you Dr. Roxo yourself.
I absolutely did.
I'm gonna cocaine! Yeah!
I fucking knocked out. I fucking started running through the fucking house, and I'm like, I did cocaine! Yes, the fuck I did.
That's amazing.
And then there started rumors that I was a coke addict, and I was just like, bro, I only did it fucking once. Like, what are we talking about?
That's how. Did
you start a rumor or somebody else?
I have no idea. Well, I didn't start the fucking rumor. Why would I start a rumor about being an addict?
Because you're fucked up like that.
What?
Well, you became a comedian, so it might have been out of attention.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I want the attention, but like, not that kind of attention. Like,
I want to cry for help. I'm not that desperate.
How much time we got, Jimmy?
I mean, we're at 7:01 right now, but I mean, we are going to probably go over.
We're going to go 20 minutes over to give him his time.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get into your career a little bit.
Okay, if you can call it that. I like it. Yeah. What would you like to know?
I would like to start from the beginning and hear the story of why you started doing stand-up, or what possessed you to do it, because you sucked at wrestling?
No, actually, I was terrible as a ring announcer. I will say that.
Why? I figured you'd be great.
I was young, stupid, a lot of just bad choices on my part. My personality.
So you think if you were not making those bad choices, you could have been a better ring announcer?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I used to actually ring announce for Magnum Pro Wrestling, which used to be at the Geo Ministries.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
There's video. I'll send it to you guys. And me in interviews with wrestlers at the at the Geo Ministries and everything.
Because I know that you're who?
David just said my name and well, your name or my name, whatever.
I know that you enjoyer of a little wrestling.
I love wrestling. I was watching it last night.
So I figured that you would have been like pursuing a career in some kind of wrestling. You could have been the chump they beat up or something.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's more of like going real back. I just never really had the money to train. Tried to multiple times. I know how to take bumps and run the ropes, do all those kind of things. I've actually worked out with some guys who are like referees and ring announcers.
You get with Lex or somebody, or are you too old now?
I'm too old. If I was to ever get into professional wrestling in any capacity, it's going to be as a manager, somebody representing somebody. That would be my next level thing, would be the representation.
Would you quit comedy for it?
No. No. Why would I? It just makes me even better than what I actually am. Like, I will be managing the greatest wrestlers in the world, and then being the most moderate in the world at stand-up comedy. I like it. I can be great at one thing and then just have fun doing another.
I'll give moderate. But I mean, it's a good dynamic,
or
right?
mediocre, really. But yeah, I know. But yeah, I want to do it. That's something I've always wanted to do. I'm looking into that as we speak, trying to find some.
I did not mention that you are a part of Wardy's Laugh Factory.
Yes, proud to be.
And you host for us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And, do a couple sets here and there, but you are one of the. When I first started Wardy's Laugh Factory, everybody was from Ashtabula.
Yeah.
Now I have you, I have Brandon, and that's what we have with our,
Do we have like rotating hosts almost? Like,
yeah. We got Danimal, and we got what the fuck's that?
What?
Who else we got?
Who else hosts?
Not host, but he's in Wardy's Laugh Factory.
Oh, well, I mean, Tyler Gank is. Yeah.
That's the name I couldn't fucking remember. I should know that name.
Yeah, well, the amount of times that you fucked up saying his name whenever you do an intro for him.
Yeah, but that's what I do better now.
I remember the first time we ever met him. Well, he ever met him. We went up to the Cloven Hoof Brewery in the heart of Nashville.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar at all.
I kinda, yeah.
But he's fucking drunk as shit, and he's saying the most outlandish things in the world to him. I said, Tyler, I think this would be. He's like, I don't know, man. Your dad's fucking kind of weird because he's fucked up. And I'm like, I think this would be a great opportunity for you. He's gonna be getting sober soon.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love hosting for you guys, and that's something I love doing in general. Is I love hosting.
I hate it with the passion
because it's the easiest, but if you let it get away from you, the hardest thing in the world to get back.
You gotta control the time.
The crowd.
You gotta, temper down the crowd if they're talking. You just gotta remember every motherfucking comic's name. If your name is hard,
oh God,
come up with a fucking stage name, please.
Yeah, good luck if you were hosting on Tuesday. Good luck pronouncing the headliner's last name.
Yeah, I know. I've said it wrong like 20
I've
times.
fucked up people's names.
He's always like, Jimmie, you'll get it right someday.
What is it? Chesleka?
Chiselka.
Chiselka. Michael. Shout out to Michael Chiselka.
He's great.
Love him. But no, yeah, like to answer the comedy question, I'd always been a fan of comedy ever since I was like 6th grade, I think. And then I tried to do it when I was 18, and I tried to audition for the Cleveland Improv.
Oh, okay.
At 18 years old on Tuesdays at noon with a guy who was trying to quit smoking cigarettes. That was a great day. That was a great Tuesday when just
Was he trying to quit like me?
He actually was, and he was an angry man for it. Like you're a happy chap because you have what you need in your hand. He didn't, and
I smoke a lot. So.
Yeah, Lee was one of those guys where it was kind of like, because I also worked for him as a doorman at one point because I worked at the Cleveland Improv as like a doorman sound guy for a little while there.
That's cool.
It was fun. I have stories.
That one's called what now?
It's called the Funny Bone now. The Cleveland
Funny
Improv.
Bone, and then you got the Funny Stop.
And then Hilarities.
Hilarities.
Which used to be the Funny Stop until the name went up north from Akron. It was originally the Hilarities was Pete's place, the Funny Stop, until it burnt down.
Oh, I did not know all that.
Yeah, I learned the history. It's actually a pretty good history. But we miss Pete every day. Shout out to Nadal and the family of the Funny Stop.
I never had a chance to meet him because I'm so new to comedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you would have. You kind of would have liked him, I think. You would have liked Pete.
Didn't he not want profanity?
Well, the impression always is, because he had a Lebanese accent, and he spoke very decent English, but it was a lot of fucks and shits.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, you motherfucker, you do not say fuck on my stage, do you understand me?
But he's motherfucking.
Bring 5 fucking people next week and you can come on. It was like being yelled at by the Iron Sheik. It was great.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I was expecting him to just be like, Lebanon number one, like the entire like old school fucking promos. But I watched him dress down a whole bar of comics because there was nobody at the Wednesday like competition and shit. Oh, and I was hosting that weekend. And he was like, I give you a host. I'm like, you son of a bitch, don't bring this up right now. I'm in this contest, dude. Like, don't make me feel bad. Oh, but yeah, Pete was great.
See, I don't know the history of Pete. He passed like right after I started.
Yeah.
I met people in Colorado
That
when I was living there who knew him and had Pete stories of like meeting him at the Funny Stop on like a Thursday or Friday. And you're like, what the fuck is this? The man
It
is
happens
everywhere.
when you have a good stage.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
I mean, TJ Miller.
Now think about all these people we've worked with, and people you probably already worked with. Have
Yeah.
you worked with anybody that's gone on and been a little bit more famous that somebody might know?
Yeah, I'll give the biggest example because, and then we'll also advertise. I'll be at Legends June 26th for the Cleveland Comedy for Milton's thing. The
contest.
The
Yeah,
contest.
Eastside Comedy Contest.
Yeah, the Eastside Comedy Contest. I was the champion for. I was one of the first champions of that.
I got dicked.
And
But that's besides the point.
this guy I had known for years at that point, 4 or 5 years, or no, 3 years at that point. Ended up going to SNL, beat me for the title, Marcelo Hernandez.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I knew Marcelo from day one. He was a student at John Carroll on their soccer team.
Okay.
And we all love Marcelo. Like, everybody that once he was announced on
He's the dude
SNL
that's
cried.
fucking. He's the fucking Domingo dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
he-
he did that here.
Yeah.
That was a comedy bit he did here, stand-up.
Really?
Yeah. I watched the evolution of that kid. I watched him kill at the Funny Stop, bought him a beer when he was 19. Because I was just so impressed
Yeah.
by how good. I'm like, are you 21? And he's like,
No.
yeah, I'm 20. No, he went like, yeah, I'm 21. I go, okay, cool. And I just fucking plopped the money down because I was so proud of him for being that good that night. Like, he's always, that guy puts a lot of people in Cleveland to shame when it came to like work ethic. At the time when he was here, he would do fucking 4 or 5 shows a week and then like go on tour with, and then gets discovered by Joe Coy and goes to SNL.
Yeah,
It's insane.
and he has some of the best skits on SNL because like some of the modern SNL, you know, I'm not really that big on it, but he's
Anything Marcelo does, I watch.
He's been excellent.
And I still like, I'm on his like Facebook page that he has for all this stuff, so I'll see the videos from SNL on like Sunday, Monday kind of thing. That kid, man, blew my fucking mind.
I don't know if you know who that is, but
I do know who
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, he started, I think, like a couple of years after me. I
Okay.
think I was like 4 years in when he really started to cook.
Well, that's cool because Mousy, you know Mousy, don't you?
Yeah, I love Mouse.
He knew a lot of comics whenever he started too. You know, in the '80s.
Mhm.
He worked with Drew Carey when
Mhm.
he was in Cleveland, and who else did he say?
Jimmy Malone, probably. I worked with Jimmy at Magic.
I know he worked with Bob Saget. at
Bob Saget.
It's awesome. That's epic. I gotta ask him those stories then about Bob. That'd be a fun one for sure.
And I think it was Norm Macdonald.
Really? Well, Norm was one of my favorites actually.
I get a lot of Norm Macdonald stuff. Yeah, I love him.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love him.
It's just your taste, I guess.
For sure. I have a weird taste in comedy.
Which I don't know if this should be said from people in Cleveland going to be seeing it or whatever.
I don't give a shit.
Who do you think in today's Cleveland scene, Youngstown, Erie, would be the next star coming?
Elijah Neville will probably be one of those. He's a local guy.
Yeah, he's coming in hot right now.
Yeah, he's headlining Hilarities. He's on a trajectory that is really good, and I hope he does, because I love Elijah.
Like, how can an older comic get to where he needs to be?
Right. That's all you gotta do.
Because there's a lot of good older comics that
And
probably
also
deserve a spot bigger than what we're giving them.
Here's the thing. The older comics that are here are already just fucking legends. You got Mike Connolly, Jeff Blanchard. Well, no, I'm talking about like from the originals that are they're still around. Bill Bendon, who was at Nancy's thing a couple weeks ago or a month ago. All those guys are still around, teaching the younger guys to get a little bit better, and people are listening. I love that. A lot of times in era, you would see people not really listen and do their own thing. If it works for you, cool. But like, people treated me in Cleveland comedy in the beginning very well, so I got treated well.
That's good to hear, because honestly, like, as much as I don't have anxiety on the stage, but like having anxiety talk about with these headliners and things like that, like actually having conversations with them has always been something that's been on like my mind. I'm like, I don't know if I want to bother them. So
you just ask. You find them.
Most of them like to have their brains picked a little.
Yeah, they like talking about stuff, or some guys will kind of fluff you off. I've seen it, but you
like
just don't ask anymore.
I was bullshit with him the other day. I said I was really nervous to talk to Steve Sabo the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, man, this guy's written fucking books and shit like that, and I'm just like over here like, hey, I'm some jagoff that likes to talk about my dick half my set, so like.
That's what you gotta do.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like Squire, but yeah, getting back to that thing, Squire, Bruton, John Bruton, who does Make 'em Laugh Money at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. He's another
Blanchard is good.
Yeah,
Blanchard's
I do love Jeff. Yeah.
Dude, you want to talk about a guy who, no matter what, I watched him sell out the Cleveland Funny Bone or Improv, and then do a bar show on like a Wednesday, and I'm just there hanging out because I know the host. And he crushes everywhere he goes.
I remember the first time I saw him was when we did the show together at the Pit Stop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. I watched one of my first weekends as a doorman at the Improv was guys not an entertainment anymore show for like Cleveland people that were like comedians. It was Chad Zumock. Shout out to you, Chad. Hopefully you're in Florida and you stay away from credit cards. That's out in the open if anybody wants to check that one out. And then also Chuck Booms from Kylie and Booms on 92.3 The Fan at the time. He was on that along with Jeff, and Jeff was the headliner. And just fucking crushed the room, Jeff Blanchard. Just destroyed. It was beautiful.
I can see that.
I love comedy. Thinking about those
So
shows.
your next steps, what is like in my opinion, I know the answer already, but what was your best set and your biggest crowd?
Biggest crowd was probably the one we did recently, the Completely Comedy Show. I did probably half that in the same building with, ironically, Chad Zumock and Chuck Booms, where I was hosting. That was probably my biggest and probably my best set. Like that one right there is, I look at that set all the time, like on my YouTube channel at Ray Hyclak Go.
I believe I got a marker around here. Before I leave, can I have you sign your
Absolutely.
Oh, make him feel real famous.
I know. I feel. Oh my God! I just spent $100 on weed. Now I'm being autographing. I like it. Yeah, Tree's awesome. Marty though. Marty, I have a fun story about him.
Tell it.
Oh my God! This is one of the first times I ever hung out with Marty. It was at that improv audition. Yes. Oh. Very funny comedy. Go buy this on that. He has that because he's older than the internet. All right. I love Marty. Buy his shit. Give him money.
Same thing I said. Buy his shit.
Let him buy all the Pepsi that he wants.
Fuck yeah. I sent the thing. I saw a thing they're talking about, like that toxic plasmosis he talks about in one of his jokes.
Yeah.
And I posted on Facebook, we should give Marty free Pepsi for alerting us early. Like, he was the siren call for that shit. And I love it. Oh, man.
He's the Pepsi king.
Dude, that guy. When he was in the throes of, I think, early stuff, this was like after Last Comic Standing and all that kind of stuff. I walked into the Improv, say hi to him. He was like, "Do you know anybody that is plotting against me?" Just
Yeah. He did not.
He did, and then proceeded to be really funny on the stage. It was funny as hell. Like he is one of my first local comedians I ever met, and like still talk to this day.
Hey, it's so funny though. Like, if he's in that mood, he'll just say one line to you and walk away, just like it's a joke.
Yeah.
He said to me, I was at Crackpots doing a contest.
I'm sorry. Not a fan.
Never
been. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It is what it is.
I get you. But
anyhow, I was doing a contest, and I was like a 9th out of 11, and he was like 2nd or 3rd. I think he bid it up so he could get it done early. You know how he is.
Oh, yeah.
On contest.
Anyhow,
I got done with my set. You know, I'm a newer comic, and he's like, "Jimmie, you're top 3." And he walks away.
I love that man so much. And his ability to write jokes the way he does.
It's insane. I mean, obviously, he's fucking schizophrenic, so like...
Still.
Your mind is working differently.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the way that his mind works is incredible, though.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like limitless.
I hear he can
comedy.
sing, too.
He can sing?
He can sing?
I don't know if that was a rumor or what.
I never heard him sing.
I'm trying to go to
before.
karaoke with fucking Marty.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Marty would
I
take
think
you.
he's like a fucking opera style.
Oh my god.
He's got to sing Spice Girls then if he's going to do it out.
Hey, if anybody knows anything about that, put it on the page. I'd like to know.
Sure, dude.
I'm trying to see him do like some Phantom of the Opera shit or something.
Yes.
That'd be crazy.
What time we got, Jim?
We're at 7:19.
Okay, let's wrap her
Alrighty.
up. So that took us pretty much to the end of your career because it was like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Right?
Yeah, I did a
February
show.
it was.
I did a show last night or Friday though. It was pretty good. But
I don't mean it's the end of your career. I mean,
some people wish
Whatever,
it was
the end of his career, yeah.
We went from the beginning, learning about your beginning of your career, to the end of your career.
The present day. That's
Where do you want to be?
Where do I want to be? I want to be doing voiceovers primarily, and then just doing shows. Like I want to collect money where I don't have to work anymore,
That'd be pretty dope.
and then do stand up on the side and do it wherever I can. You know, or the thing I've got brewing for September.
Okay.
Probably will be my project that I'm trying to work on the most, which
You
is.
can't let it out yet.
I mean, it's going to be a solo podcast, and then I'm also going to do some multimedia stuff on my YouTube channel. Some like jackass kind of stuff that I've always wanted to do with MMA fighters and boxers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then just like I said, a solo podcast that'll basically be news and stuff. And if we talk politics, this is going to be a rule that I'm already going to announce right now.
Okay.
If we talk politics on the show, no matter who's on, no matter if it's just me, after it's done, we then play a clip of really cute animals for 2 minutes maximum to clear the air and go into the last segment of the show.
Shout out to Cisco the cat real
Cisco
quick.
rules.
He's
a badass cat.
He's one thick motherfucker.
Okay, we can talk as long as you want, but I don't want to overdo our airtime.
Absolutely.
It's really good to have you. You're one of our best friends. You work for the Wardies, you know. We'd like to, once more before we leave, thank Abraham Drinking for letting us do podcasts with them, like our sister station or whatever you want to call it. We'd like to thank $2 for sponsoring at least them. We're working on our sponsor at this time. It's not been released yet, but I think we have it. We even have the poster up already.
Love it.
That's how close we are to having it. Like I said, we got a show Tuesday night, 8 p.m., Geneva on the Lake. Come on out. You won't be in that. You got.
I won't be on that one. I will definitely come out and do those shows. I love the Cove. Go to the Cove.
We got you
check
coming
that
to the Cove.
Shout out
couple
Mushroom
times.
Head, right?
Mushroom Head, always and forever, a Cove staple, baby.
That's
Okay.
so cool to be
And,
fucking stage.
Any last words? Any last words, anybody? Anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, I'll just do my social medias at Ray Hyclak, Hyclak. You can just see that on the posters and then find me that way. My YouTube channel, that's going to be where you'll find a lot of my stuff, and also my other YouTube channel at Scally Bandit, which is a video game channel that I stream on every once in a while. So,
Okay.
yeah, just go check all those out at Ray Hyclak.
And I mean, the last thing that I want to go over is something with Abraham Drinking. They do have that bar crawl coming up next Saturday.
This Saturday.
Go.
It's probably too late to get your shirts that were pre-ordered, but come down, have some drinks with George. He's gonna have a good time. I will be there for sure.
I probably won't be.
I don't drink anymore, but I'm going anyhow because I'm going to support the Abraham Drinking podcast, hang out with the boys a little bit, talk some shit to them, you know.
The midget wrestling broadcast was pretty fucking funny, by the way.
Oh, I hope it was.
It was. You can watch it, you know.
I like it. I'll watch it. I've never seen midget wrestling live, so I've seen all kinds of wrestling, never that.
They did a real good job commentating it.
Nice.
Okay.
Maybe next time they need to have me come in and do some play-by-play with
Me as well. I want to do that. I want to do commentary for that for a midget wrestling show. Hi, baby.
That kitty, I think, wants you.
Hi. Like your pants.
My last thoughts are Cisco wants Raymond.
And he's a beautiful kid.
He's a good kid.
That's pretty much all we got for tonight. Do we have episode 3 lined up yet or no?
We do not have episode 3 I need to line them up before we do our show, don't you think?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Anyway, we're going to be sitting down with some jackass next week.
Woo!
So,
And maybe they might be on time.
I know.
Okay, that's all we got for tonight. We thank you very much for following us. Well, you can catch us on all the social medias. Tell them.
Facebook, TikTok,
Instagram.
and streaming audio on Spotify.
And YouTube.
You're.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have
Good
a
night.
good night.
Wait.